I gave a Coke to a single mother while her car was broken down. It was the best thing I ever did. I was grabbing gas on a Tuesday afternoon when this beat-up 2004 Honda Civic pulled into the station with white smoke pouring from under the hood. A woman maybe late 20s gets out with two kids, a girl around 7 and a boy maybe 5, and she's already on the verge of tears. The engine's completely dead. It's 104 degrees outside, the kind of Arizona heat that makes asphalt soft. The kids immediately started begging for water. "Mommy, I'm thirsty. Mommy, it's hot," she kept saying. "Not right now, baby," in that exhausted voice parents use when they're barely holding it together and can't handle one more thing. I grabbed 3 cold Cokes from inside the gas station and walked over. "Hey, it's brutal out here. These are for the kids." She looked at me like I'd just offered her $1 million. Her eyes were already red. "I can't pay you back. I'm not asking you to." While her kids sat on the curb drinking their Cokes, she told me what happened. She'd just driven across town to her ex-husband's apartment. He owed her $200 in child support 3 weeks late. She needed it desperately because rent was due in 2 days and she was $180 short. When she knocked on his door, he answered in a new Lakers jersey, holding a beer, with his new girlfriend visible behind him on a leather couch she'd never seen before. She asked him for the money he owed. He laughed, actually laughed in her face and said, "I don't have it," while wearing a $120 jersey. Then he said, "Maybe if you got a real job instead of working at Target, you wouldn't need my help," and slammed the door. She sat in her car crying for 20 minutes. Then on the drive back home, her engine started smoking. Now she's stranded at a gas station with no money, a phone with 2% battery, and her 2 kids asking why daddy doesn't love them anymore. I looked at those kids. The girl had her arm around her little brother, trying to distract him by pointing at cars. That protective big sister thing. It reminded me of my own sister raising me after our mom left. I called my buddy Donnie, who owns a tow truck. "I need a favor, I'll cover it, just get here quick." Then I went to the ATM and pulled out $250. When I came back, I handed her $200 cash. "This is for your ex's debt. The $50 is for gas and food for your kids." She stared at the money like it wasn't real. "Why are you doing this? You don't even know me." "Because your ex is a piece of shit and you deserve better." She started crying again, but different this time. She hugged me and whispered, "Thank you," about 6 times. Her daughter looked up at me and said, "Are you an angel?" Donnie showed up 30 minutes later and towed her car to his shop. He called me that night and said it was a blown head gasket. Would cost $800 to fix. I told him to do it and bill me. He paused. "You serious? You don't even know this lady. Just fix it." 3 days later, she picked up her car. Donnie said she cried the entire time she was there. She asked for my number to pay me back, but he told her it was already handled by an anonymous donor. 2 weeks after that, I'm at the same gas station and I see her car pull in. She gets out with her kids and they're all wearing new shoes. She sees me and walks over. "You're him, aren't you? The guy who bought us Cokes." I shrugged. Just happened to be there. She told me that after I helped her, 3 other people heard her story and helped too. Someone from her church paid her rent. Her boss at Target gave her a raise. Her ex's girlfriend broke up with him after finding out what he did, and she actually sent her $100 with an apology note. But here's the part that got me. Her daughter walked up, looked me dead in the eyes, and said, "My mommy says you're a real man, not like daddy." The mom started crying again. "I teach my kids every day that good people exist. You proved it to them. You changed how they see the world." I didn't know what to say. I just bought them Cokes because they were hot. She handed me a card. Inside was a $50 bill and a note that said, "Paying it forward, starting with you." I tried to refuse it, but she insisted, so I took it. And later that day, I bought Cokes for another family I saw struggling in the heat. Sometimes the smallest things create the biggest ripples. That mom sent me a message last month. She got promoted to assistant manager. Her kids are thriving. And her ex? Still wearing that Lakers jersey, still alone.